Okay, let's look at the first step whenever you're factoring, and that's always to look and see if there's a greatest common factor that you can pull out. So when pulling out a greatest common factor, the first thing you should do is look for any number that all the terms have in common. After you looked at any numbers, look at the variable or variables that they have in common, and you always take the lowest exponent that they have in common. The last thing, and this will happen especially when we get to factor by grouping, look for any factors that they have in common. So an example of a factor would be x plus 2, where you have something added or subtracted, and you can think of it as inside parentheses. So x plus 2 would be a factor. Okay, so let's look at this first example. We want to find the GCF, so I'm not actually going to pull out the GCF right now. We're just going to practice finding the GCF. So let's look at the numbers first, 8 and 64, and the greatest common factor, or the largest number that divides into 8 and 64, is 8. And then you take the smallest exponent, so it would be r squared. For B, for 28 and 49, the largest factor that divides into both of those is 7, and then only one of these has a p. This 49 does not have a p, so there's no variable they have in common. So the GCF is just 7. For C, we look at 12 and 2, the GCF is 2. It's the largest number that divides into both of those. Now let's look at both variables. First, x cubed and x squared. The smallest exponent is x squared. And then we have y, and the smallest exponent would just be y. For the last one, 56 and 49, the GCF is 7. And then they both have an x, and that's the only variable they both have in common. So it has to just be whatever they have in common. And that's it.